Hello everybody. It's been a while since I did a video. Life has been a little topsy-turvy lately, and right now it's really topsy-turvy because I am living in an RV with my husband just temporarily while we do some work on my condo. We just bought the RV about a month ago for his business and for traveling, but right now we're just living in it and it is a huge change, and it got me thinking about change in general for empaths and how difficult it is for us when things do change. And for me personally, I have always operated from the premise that change is easy for me. And what's really funny is we're going through this process of living in this tiny little, tin can basically. I'm rolling my eyes at myself for even thinking that I'm good with change, because I'm not. As is most empaths don't like change at all. Like for me personally, I really have started to recognize that if I don't have the things that are familiar to me around me, I struggle. So I figured that a lot of empaths are also the same as me, where they just don't, they need to have some kind of structure and control over their environment. And if they don't, it becomes really difficult. So empaths, for most of us, especially if we're unskilled, even if we are skilled, we're still picking up other people's stuff sometimes. We're still carrying around things that aren't ours. And we're already full of the emotions and expectations of others. So that stuff isn't even ours. So new stuff sets us off. It's like our alarm system goes off. Beep, 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 beep. Overload, overload. Too much new things, because we're carrying all of our old things and other people's old things too. So it's very difficult to go through that process of assimilating new things, or just even being okay with them happening, because we don't have any room for it. Really, I don't know. I think that I force a lot of change on myself to keep me flexible, meaning from the time I was probably about 18 years old, I started working in the entertainment industry. I was self-employed until I was in my late 30s. My late 20s, of where I was literally just going from job to job to job to job. And I was, at the time, felt like I was okay with it, but now that I look back on it, I really wasn't. And that's kind of why I stopped being in the entertainment industry and started working a real job, whatever that means, because it was very hard for me. And as an empath, I also suffered from a lot of social anxiety, and when I had to keep reselling myself over and over and over again, it was really hard for me. I realized that change challenged my safety. I sacrificed my mission to satisfy my second chakra need to be safe. And so I stopped kind of being mobile, and I stopped traveling, and I stopped kind of doing the things that I came here to do, which is to affect change on the planet, and which is to help bring in more light wherever I am. And I just started being safe because I needed to feel safe. And most empaths, they don't feel safe. They don't feel safe because other people and events affect them deeply, and they don't have control over those other people or events. So anything that we don't have control over makes us uncomfortable, because we're not in control of our own energetic space. And when we're not in control of our own energetic space, then things can get really tricky and really scary, and it's uncomfortable. So that is a big reason why I personally have a hard time with change. But I am learning, and I'm changing, and I'm growing, and I think that I'm a heck of a lot better at it now, that I have more skill sets that kind of help to get me through things. I have learned to tell the difference between what's mine and what somebody else's. So I don't tend to carry other people's emotions. I don't tend to be affected as much by what is going on in the environment around me, because I can center myself, and I am my own center of gravity now, as opposed to it being something external to me, which is how most empaths are. Their center of gravity isn't here, it's out there somewhere where the person, place, or thing that is giving them the most energy is located. So that's probably, if you are an empath and you are not feeling like you're good with change, that's probably why too, but everybody is unique and different. So the best thing that you can do is to start to really center yourself. And recognize that when you are in a tailspin because things aren't going the way that you want them to around you, or you're being thrust into a situation that makes you very uncomfortable, you have to find your center of gravity. You have to balance by centering yourself, breathing nice and deep. Learn some nice deep breathing exercises to just kind of center yourself. Focus on the core, your belly, and just tell yourself you're flexible and you're safe and everything is okay. The second thing that you really need to do is to make sure that you are doing your exercises to be able to tell the difference between what is yours and what is somebody else's, and that you're not empathically sponging to the degree that you are having difficulty keeping yourself kind of clear and energetically clean and healthy. These are all things that are very important for you to do when you are going through any kind of change. And there's a lot of crazy going on right now. I know a lot of people who are displaced by floods and bad weather right now. And I know a lot of people who are having shifts in their jobs, or they're consciously going through a change of like starting a new career, maybe as a healer or just more on their life path. And that can be really scary. And when things don't go your way, you can tend to run away from it and go back to what you're familiar and safe with. That's what we do. Keep focusing with your eye on the prize. If you are mission-based and you're a starseed like I am, and you're an empath like I am, you came here to help heal the planet in some way, shape, or form. So just keep your eye on the prize when change happens. Do your best to go with the flow. Keep yourself clear. Keep yourself healthy. And don't panic. Everything is going to be okay. Bye.